Is the Tao Te Ching worth reading? Why reading the Tao Te Ching? Welcome back to Decoding the Tao Te Ching. This is Texan Teo. As a practitioner, I think the answer is pretty clear. Yes, of course, you should read Tao Te Ching if you can and go as deep into it as possible. You'll not regret it. But I'm not going to address the question this way in this video. What I would like to do is that I would like to share with you what some of the leading thinkers, spiritual teachers talk about the book, and then you see for yourself whether you want to dive deeper into the book. The first person that I would like to quote is American historian Will Durant. He's best known for his 11th volume, The Story of Civilization, which I think he co-authored with his wife. And this is what he said. Perhaps we shall burn every book but one behind us and find a summary of wisdom in the Tao Te Ching. Pretty powerful, isn't it? The next person that I would like to talk about is Leo Tolstoy. Those who like books would know him because he is one of the greatest writers in human history. Now, I don't have any quote of his on how great Tao Te Ching is. I only know the fact that he was so fascinated by the Tao Te Ching that he became the first person to translate the book into Russian. If you have attempted to translate Tao Te Ching before, then you know how tough it is. And so, the kind of devotion to translate the book shows how impressed the writer was with Tao Te Ching. I would also like to quote the Greek poet Rabindranath Tagore. He said that Lao Tzu is the greatest philosopher of all times. Eckhart Tolle, probably have heard him before on his TV or have read his book. He's quite a leading spiritual teacher of our time. He pointed out that if a book that is written so long ago and is still vitally alive, it means it must have been written from a very deep place and points to something that is timeless. I can't help but to agree with him because beneath the surface of what Lao Tzu writes, which can be very simple sentences, it's so deep. You can always find something inspiring. The more that you read, the more that you reflect on what he says, the more that you understand the essence of life and also the power of the universe. And then probably you've heard Alan Watts. He's a highly regarded British philosopher. What he said is that reading the Tao Te Ching and other Taoist texts felt like someone was looking over my shoulder, explaining to me things that really had relevance to my life. Dyer, he's an American spiritual teacher, also a very notable writer. He was so inspired by the Tao Te Ching that he spent an entire year doing nothing but just to read and research and to reflect on the Tao Te Ching. And this video is incomplete without the mention of Confucius, a contemporary of Lao Tzu, who is said to have met Lao Tzu once, and then this is what he said after the meeting to his student. Well, birds can fly, but will fall at the hunter's arrow. Fish can swim, but will be hooked by the fisherman. Beasts can run, but were dropped into people's nets and traps. There is only one thing that is out of man's reach. That's the legendary dragon. A dragon can fly into the sky ride on clouds, dive into ocean. A dragon is powerful yet so intangible to us. Lao Tzu is a dragon, and I will never understand him. Another powerful statement. So having heard what the leading thinkers and also spiritual teachers talking about Lao Tzu, what do you think? I'm pretty sure that the conclusion is that the Tao Te Ching is definitely a book that's worth reading and to dive deep into it. Well, this is what I have for you in this video, and I hope to see you again soon in another video.